Welcome in the course, and first of all, thank you. You have made the right decision. My name is Arnie, and in this course you learn everything about automations, AI automations, and also AI agents. Especially with the tool N8N, but we also use some more. The course is big, and that's why I want to start with a course overview. Here on the right side you see the content. And in the next lecture I want to give you a few tips, and then you learn how to use the links from this course. In section 2 we start with the basics. So what are automations, AI automations and AI agents? What's an API? Because we use a lot of APIs over this course. Then I want to give you an overview of the tools that can create automations and agents like N8N, Make, Zapier, LangChain, Flowise and so on. We need to understand what is an LLM because the LLM is the brain of our automations. I want to show you the OpenAI API, how the tokens are priced, how to set up projects and what's important for compliance. I want to talk briefly about test time compute and when you should use these reasoning models in your agents. Next you need to understand what's function calling, because our agents can use tools, and you need to grasp vector databases and embeddings models, because for the RAG technology this is important. If you already know all of these basics, you can also skip this section and start with section 3, but I would really strongly recommend you that you understand this. In section 3 we make it practical. We start to use the tool N8N. First I want to show you the local installation of N8N, how to manage your node versions, how to update your local instance, how you can test N8N for free, also in the cloud, and then we will build our first automation. And every time as soon as you see resources you get the JSON format as download, so you can basically press on it, download it and import it in your own instance. And I will show you how to do that in this video. Then we go on with our next easy automation. We will store Airtable data locally. And then I want to show you how you can connect Google Sheets with the Google Cloud Platform. In section 4 we start to expand our automations. We want to make AI automations. First we start with an easy email automation with Gmail and Airtable. Then we want to make a sentiment analysis with an LLM. I want to show you how you can use open source LLMs like DeepSeek, R1, Llama, Mistral and so on, and how you can integrate any LLM into N8N with an API. In section 5 we start to build agents and RAG applications. I want to show you how you can absorb data into a vector database but completely automatical with a Google Drive trigger. Then we will build out our RAG chatbot that has access to this vector database. Next we build an email agent that has sub workflows and a vector database and also Google Sheets. Then the fastest way to build an email agent, how you can automatically summarize all your emails at 7 AM. And how you can filter and auto-reply to your emails. Section 6 is a quick one. We talk about prompt engineering for AI agents and automations. It's mostly the system prompt, and you will also get my GPT to download and a lot of prompts. In section 7 it starts to get really interesting. We need to host our applications and we also build agents with WhatsApp and Telegram. I want to show you all the options that you have for hosting. You can self-host on Render, but you have a lot more. How you can integrate AI agents and automations into WhatsApp. Of course I give you the code snippets and the dynamic expressions. How you can use AI agents and sub workflows with the Telegram trigger node. Then we will build a bigger Telegram agent that can automate emails, calendars, that can use voice and a lot more. And next we need to push the boundaries. We built a really big agent that can talk with a lot of sub workflows and that will also make some jokes. After that a lot of practical examples for social media, scraping, crawling and more. And lastly my best tips to build really great prompts for AI agents. In section 8 we need to talk about debugging, webhooks and the HTTP request node. We will build an error trigger workflow so that you can debug all your workflows immediately. You need to see if your workflows fail. Then I want to show you how we can use Flowise and connect it with N8N via a webhook. You just need a little bit of JavaScript, but I promise it's easy. And of course you can simply copy my code. And lastly I want to give you one more example of webhooks and the HTTP request node. In section 9 we start to build a business out of these AI agents. I want to show you how you can embed these things into web pages and how you can sell all of this. First we take a look at what we can actually sell. Then we will build a market-ready RAG application that can also gather leads. I want to show you how you can host this RAG application as a standalone app. Then of course how you can integrate this RAG application into websites and also how you can make custom CSS branding for your clients. I want to give you a lot of cool tips how you can sell these automations for marketing, offers, pricing, sales and a lot more. And I want to show you how you can scrape a lot of leads with a software that is really fast. In section 10 we talk about optimizing your RAG application. We need to talk about data quality, chunk size, overlap and embeddings models. And I want to give you a lot of tips. I want to show you how you can scrape HTML web pages and convert this of course into Markdown. This also works for PDFs. Because if your data is not good, also your RAG application will not be good. I want to show you how you can use Llama Index with Llama Bars for data preparation for PDFs, CSVs and a lot more. And we go into more detail with chunk size and chunk overlap, because your embeddings models need to work the correct way. And lastly, a small recap. And don't worry if you don't understand some of these words, this will make sense over the course. I explain everything. In section 11 we need to talk about problems, compliance and security. Jailbreaks, prompt injections and data poisoning are problems and you should be aware of them. We need to talk about copyrights and intellectual property, privacy and data protection for you, but also for your clients. We talk about censorship, alignment and bias in LLMs and how you can solve this with dolphin models. We take a closer look at the license of n8n. So are you allowed to sell agents or are you even allowed to sell the code base from n8n? Then a little bit more about compliance, the GDPR, CCPA, CPRA and the EU AI Act. And then some detailed articles, and if you want to read them, feel free to do this. By the way, Udemy will ask you relatively quickly for a review. I cannot influence that, but I would really appreciate a 5-star review. And in the last section I want to tell you what's next. And I also want to tell you a big thank you, just like right now, because you give me your most valuable asset, your time. Everybody on this earth has just limited time and you decided to spend your precious time with me. So thank you for that and I see you of course in the next video. My goal, a few tips and what you can expect from this course. And I want to start with a tip, because I hear this over and over again. Some people think that I speak a little tiny bit too slowly. And the answer is really easy. You just can increase the speed up to 2x or even 3x with some Google Chrome extensions. Inside of this platform you can increase the speed up to 2x. And this has a few positive effects. You can even learn more if you increase the speed. And I tell you why this is the case. Your brain has only 2 switches. It is either switched on or off. And basically if it's off, you're dead. And nobody wants to be dead in a course. But jokes aside, you can really learn more if you consume content faster. You always need to consume the content in a speed that is perfect for you. Because if you consume content too slowly, your brain starts to think stuff in the meantime, because your brain is always at 100% capacity, and if it's not at 100% capacity at one single task, it will start to think stuff in the meantime. Maybe you know this. You just try to read a book, and if you read too slowly, you start to think, what should I eat today? Oh, maybe I should go in the gym later, and so on. If you start to increasing your reading speed, these thoughts will stop, because you have to focus on one single task. And the same thing is true with a course. So just increase the speed in a way that is perfect for you, only then you can learn with 100% focus at one thing. And now what are my goals? Generally speaking, my goal is to spread AI knowledge, because I think AI will change a lot in our society. I think AI is a lot bigger than some people grasp right now. And that's why I want to share AI knowledge and I want to build an AI community. These are my 2 main goals. And of course, the general goal of this specific course is that you know every single thing that you need to know about LLMs. You will understand the basics, and with these basics you can also build AI agents and you can also run models locally and much more. I see a lot of misconceptions of this concept and a lot of people make a really mysterious thing out of these. But let me tell you, it's a lot easier than you think. Our main focus in this course is the tool N8N, and we will start to build a lot of AI automations and AI agents over this course. You will have all of these projects, and you can also download these projects as JSON format. We start with simple automations, where we use on-form submissions and store stuff in Airtable over the API. We create sentiment analysis with LLMs and Google Sheets. We create really simple agents with chat triggers that can send mails and use different LLMs like Claude, DeepSeek, ChatGPT and so on. Bigger agents that can automate social media, automations that can summarize your emails, automations that can scrape GitHub, automations that can store data automatically in a Pinecone vector database, RAG applications that can also be sold to a business that can gather leads. We can scrape HTML web pages and convert them into Markdown. We will build WhatsApp agents, a little bit bigger Telegram agents, and we can also talk to them over this route. They can send mails, use the calendar and a lot more. And we try to push the boundaries with a gigantic agent that can also talk back to us, and that will trigger a lot of different sub-workflows. Sub-works like this mail agent that can do everything for us. And this big agent can also do funny stuff, just like this. Will AI agents change the world?
AI agents. They're like teenagers, promise to change the world, but mostly ask dumb questions and play video games.
Send a mail to Arnie that I love his course about AI automation. Agent gets triggered, Gmail tool gets triggered.
Did you thank him for teaching robots to do our jobs before they inevitably take over the world?
And if I come in my mails, there is it of course. Today I am totally toasted. Do I have something on my calendar?
Hey, look at you with the major life event of walking your dog at 6 p.m. They're really rolling out the red carpet for you, huh?
And here are of course my events, exactly from my calendar. And of course an error workflow so that you immediately see if one of your workflows fails. So we cover a lot of stuff and there's something for everybody included. I'm sure you will find your workflow. And I really think sharing knowledge is the way to go with AI. Because more people always know more than few people. And you can help yourself and of course also everybody else. If you leave a nice 5-star rating, more people will come in this course and our community will start to grow, and more people always know more than less people. And maybe the guy or the girl comes in the course that helps you out with one specific problem or with a project that you are working on. It is really a win-win situation if you give a 5-star review. Thank you for that. And you can expect from this course that you learn everything that you need to know about AI and LLMs, and of course that this course will be up to date. If somebody groundbreaking comes around the corner, I will always make updates. And if you think I should include something in this course, just let me know and I will do it. And I see you, of course, in the next video. I always get questions about the links from this course. And that's why I have this lecture, Important Links. And here you find, you guessed it right, important links for this course. Where to download Node, where to download NVM, the N8N webpage, N8N on GitHub, self-hosting on Render, DeepSeek, Grok, the OpenAI Playground, the Anthropic models with the API, the Google AI Studio, the Facebook Developer Console, the Google Cloud Console, Pinecone for our vector stores, Ollama, the Botfather for Telegram, Firecrawl, Julia, PDF to Markdown, Llama Index, PDFs for RAG on GitHub, a Google Colab notebook that we will use later, everything about the N8N license, the GDPR and the AI Act for compliance, the LLM leaderboard, and a lot of software to build agents and AI automations like Zapier, Make, N8N, LangChain, LangFlow, Flowwise, and so on. So basically what I am recommending right now is to download this. So press here on this file, or you press here where resources is activated. You can simply press on it, press on this once again. This thing will get downloaded automatically, and then you have a PDF, and I would recommend you to leave this PDF on your PC, and you will find every link that I use over this course in no time whatsoever in one single file. This is the easiest way. And now you know where to find all of these links. And every time you find once again downloads in later sections, these are most likely JSON workflows, or sometimes links to a GPT for me.